Yeah, hi everyone. Good evening. I think I'm audible to all of you. Just let me know in the chat if I'm audible, guys. Yes, hi Krishna. Hi Harish. Good evening, all of you. Yeah, hi everyone. Good. Okay, so we are live and we are continuing with our MLOps series. So today we'll try to implement one demo application for the Docker because tomorrow or let's say next class I'm going to show you how we can create our custom image like Docker custom image, how we can build the image, even how we can execute this image. Okay, so that means we'll try to learn the like custom Dockerization technique. We'll write our own Docker file there. Okay, because this concept we have to use going forward whenever let's say we'll be doing the deployment of our application. So let's say whenever we'll be following the CI/CD one, so we'll try to use the Docker concept. And I already explained like why Docker is important in my previous session. Please try to check this particular session. Okay, Docker for ML flow. So there I was discussing about why it is important for the let's say MLOps, or let's say whenever you are developing your application. Because what happens if you are working in your local environment, so sometimes there is a possibility if you are bringing that particular pipeline to the production environment, you will get the setup issue. So to prevent this, we have to do the Dockerization. That means containerize in entire our application. Basically, we have to create a Docker image, and that particular image we can run inside any kinds of platform. Okay, because Docker supports all the platform. So here you won't be getting any kinds of setup issue. But so far, whatever image I executed, that was the pre-built image present inside Docker Hub. But now we'll be exploring how we can create our custom image. Let's say if you are implementing any application, so how you can Dockerize the entire application, how we can create the image. Okay, that is what we'll be learning. So that's why first of all we have to develop one basics application. So today I'll show you the basics application development. Okay, and next class I will show you how we can containerize the entire application and how we can build the Docker image. So this thing we'll be learning. Got it? So today I'm going to show you one basics calculator application. We'll try to implement one calculator application. In case you can implement any kinds of ML project, DL project. Okay, it's up to you. So all the concept will remain same. At the end you just need to change the application. Okay, that is the main idea. Fine, guys. All right. So if you're new to my channel, guys, so please try to subscribe the channel and try to support, try to share with your friends and family. So let's try to hit 4K subscriber as soon as possible. Okay, and if you need anything else from my side, you can let me know. I'll try to create that particular content for you. Fine. Okay, so guys, I'm not going to explain the Docker again because in my previous session I already given you the introduction. So let's start implementing our demo application. So for this I'm going to open up my local folder. Okay, so here let's create a folder. I'll just name it as, let's say, basic calculator app. Okay, so inside that I'm going to open up my Visual Code Studio. So guys, I think you remember whenever we create any kinds of project, the first thing what we have to do, we have to set up the environment. Okay, that means the virtual environment. Just a minute. Okay, so everything I'll write inside this readme file. So all the command I'm going to use, everything I'm going to write here. So first of all, let's create the environment with the help of this command. So conda create -n. You can give any name. I'll give test. Then you can specify the Python. So Python is equal to you can create any version. So let's create 3.11. Okay, -y. Fine. So you can take any version, okay, as per your requirement, and even you can give any name here. Then once you have created, try to activate the environment. So conda activate test. Okay, Then after that we have to install all the requirements for our project. For this you can execute this command pip install -r requirement.txt. Okay, so you have to create a requirement.txt file. Inside that you can mention all the library you need. So what I have done, guys, I already created the environment. It is already present inside my environment, so I'll just try to activate. But for you, if you don't have, just try to create the environment, guys. Okay, so let me open up my terminal. So this is my terminal and I'm going to activate the environment. Okay, you can see test I have already created, so this environment is already present for me. So next thing, I'll add the requirement file. So let's create the requirement file, the requirements.txt. So inside that you have to mention all of the requirements you need for this project. Okay, so let me mention. So these are the requirement I need, guys. Okay, so here I'm going to create one basics user interface with the help of Flask, and these are the dependency I need. So why I have kept actually so much dependency and why we with the specific version, because I want to show you. Okay, because what happens, let's say you are installing this library in your local machine, it is running fine, but whenever you are installing this library in the cloud platform like in the EC2 machine, there you will face like difficulties, because this is the Windows machine and there you are running on the Linux machine. Okay, so that's why it's not like that your code will run fine inside all the environment. So some of the environment it will give you the issue. So that's why we can prevent this kinds of issue with the help of Docker. Okay, that is what we'll be learning. All right, so now let me save and let's install all the library inside my environment. For this you can execute this command pip install -r requirement.txt. So let me install it here. So it should install all the library here one by one. See, again, guys, I'm telling you, it's not like that you also need to implement this app. You can use any kinds of application. Okay, so this is the demo application I'm going to show you. With the help of Python, we'll be creating this basics calculator application, but you can use any of them. So it's installed. Now I'll clear. Now everything is set. So first of all, let's try to test the calculator, like how calculator works. I think most of the people already know, but again, let me show you. Okay, what are the what kinds of application we're going to develop. For this, I'm going to create a file here called calculator. So first of all, let's do the experiment, then I'll create the app. So let's write a Python class. So class, I'll just name it as calculator. Calculator. Inside that, let's create a constructor. And here I'll take two number from the user. So self.num1. You can also take actually you can also like hard code this value, but here what I will do, I'll take the input from the user. Okay, and again it's a basics calculator, guys. Okay, it's not advanced calculator we are implementing. We'll be taking two numbers from the user and we'll perform the addition, subtraction, multiplication, okay, division. These are the operation we'll try to perform. So let's take the input. So number should be in integer, that's why I'll convert to the integer, and I'll take the input from the user. Here you can give the message enter the first number, first first number. Okay. Now same thing, I'll just make it duplicate and I'll make it to number 2. So enter the second number. Fine. Once I have taken the number, then I'll create a separate method for this. So first of all, I'll create the method for the adding. Okay, addition. So so what I will do, I'll just try to add and I will save inside the results. Self.num1 and num2. Okay, then once it is done, I will show this in a message. Okay, let me show you. So here you can show like that. Let's say result is equal to you can give a message the sum of Um, Here I can take a f string. I think that would be fine. The sum of str. Mm. Inside that, I can mention self dot number one and str else dot number two. Mm. Is here I can like write like that. Just a minute, guys. Str. So I have to convert it here, okay? Because I'm using the f string, that's why. The same thing I can do here as well. Str and this one as well. Inside that, I'll just write result. Instead of result, I can take r, okay, as a variable. I think then we can make a separate name, okay? That is what we are using. So let me test everything is fine or not. Just a minute. Str r. Okay, here I have to give the bracket. Okay, I think it is fine. Okay, so same wise, I'll just do it for my subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay, for everything. So this is for subtract, subtract. The subtract of this one. Now I'll also do it for my next function. So this is nothing but my multiply. Then division. So everything is set. Now let's call the method and let's test, okay, whether my application is working or not. So I'll just write if underscore underscore name is equal to underscore underscore main. So I'll initialize my calculator. So cal is equal to calculator. So first of all, I'll do the add operation. Okay. Then I will also do for subtraction. Then I will do for multiplication. Then I will do for division as well. Okay. Hmm. So everything is fine. So now what I can do, I can just execute. Okay. So one thing I missed out, guys. Mm, this particular result actually we are doing. Just a minute. So this particular result actually we can print it. Okay. Either you can return, either you can print. Okay. It's up to you. So result. Let's add it everywhere. Now let's execute this calculator and let's test. So I'll open up my terminal. I'll just write python calculator dot py. It's telling enter the first number, I will give 5, and second number, I'll give 2. So here you can see this is the summation, this is the subtraction, this is the multiplication, and this is the division. That means it is working fine. Okay. Now this is let's say Python script we have created. Now how to create the application, that means how to add the user interface. So for this I already told you we'll be using Flask for that. So let's create a application. So here I'll create another file called app.py, and inside that we'll be creating the entire application. Okay, so first of all let's import Flask. So import Flask. Okay, so I can import like that. Let's say from Flask. Okay, import Flask. Then I need something called render template. Then I need request. Then I need JSONify. So if you don't know about Flask, guys, Flask is a like Python framework. With the help of that we can create a web application. Simply you can visit the Flask documentation. So they have already given the starter tutorial. Okay, so let me show you. So let's say a minimal application. So here you can see, guys. Okay, so you have to initialize the Flask. After that you can create different route. Okay, so let's create our route. So here you go. What I can do, I can first of all initialize the Flask. After that let's create the default route. Okay, so I'll copy this code. Get and post. I need this route. So previously I already created this route. Let me show you. So this is the route, guys. Okay, so app.route, this is the default route. That means whenever you are hitting any web page, so it would be a forward slash and method is get and post. Okay, so it will render the home page, and this is the method we have created, home page, and inside that I'm rendering the index.html, but it is not present. Okay, so in Flask you have to create two folder. One is templates, and another is starting. Okay, I don't need to create inside that, I will create outside. So starting. Okay, starting. So inside template you will be keeping all the HTML file. So let's create HTML file. I'll name it as index.html, and I can create another one, result.html, results.html, just to render my results. Okay, and inside static I'll be creating two file, main.css. So here you can keep all the CSS related code. Okay, and style.css. Now again, if you're not familiar with HTML and CSS, guys, simply you can refer one website called Bootstrap. So here you will be getting different template. Okay, from the example site. From there you can copy paste this HTML and CSS code. Even you can also use the chat GPT. Even you can search over the Google, like I need a calculator template. Okay, you will be getting different HTML and CSS code. So what I've done, I created a basic basics HTML page. Okay, for my application. Let me show you how it can be done. So this is the HTML code I written. Okay, you can see this is a basic HTML code, just a calculator template I created. Okay, that's it. Now for result also I created another file. Okay, this one. And to beautify my application I'm also using some CSS code. Okay, so let's also mention the CSS. So it's a basic CSS code I have prepared. So let's also add for this style. So it will give you some background color Okay, body color and all, and text sizing. So these are the thing it will give you. Okay, so if you're not familiar with, it's completely fine, no need to worry. Okay, you can get these kinds of code over the internet. Now if I execute my application, let me show you how it will look like. So first of all, let's render my index.html page. For this, you can run app.run debug is equal to true. Here you can mention host is equal to I'll be running on my local host 0.0.0, and port you can mention. So port is equal to, I'll run on 8080. You can give any port number, it's up to you. So let's execute my application. I will open up my terminal, clear it, python app.py. It should run. So I'll give allow access. Now see, my application is running on my local host. So let's open my local host. So localhost port number 8080. Okay, now guys, see, that's how your application looks like. Okay, you can see guys, this is the application interface. Now we can beautify it also. Okay, it's not like that you have to keep it like that. You can also beautify this front end page. Okay, that's it. So here what you can do, you can select actually whether you want to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and you can give two number and you can calculate it. But as of now it won't be working because I haven't added that calculator functionality. Only it is rendering the home page. Okay, now let's add the calculator functionality. So to add the calculator functionality, what you can do, you can create another route. So here what I can do, I can create another route here. So this is the route. Okay, so math route I have created. So whenever, let's say, you will be clicking on the calculate button, it will hit this math route. It is available inside index.html. Let me show you. See, math route. Okay, action math. So it will execute that particular route. Okay, this one. Let me show you this one. So inside that, let's create a method. So def math operation, math underscore operation. So inside that, first of all, I will check if my request dot method is equal to post or not. Okay, if it is post, so I'll take the input from my form. Okay, operation is equal to, I'll just write request dot form. Okay, what I need operation. So if you see the HTML page na, so here I'm creating this drop down. So from this drop down I'm extracting operation. So here is the operation. Okay, and I'm also extracting whether it is user is giving add, subtraction, multiplication, divide or not. Okay, if they are giving, I'm also taking the number one and number two. So this thing we have to take here. So let's do it. So this is the operation. Now I'll do it for the number as well. So what I can do, I'll take the number like that. So I can convert it to integer. Then I will take the second number as well. Then once it is done, I'll check the condition if my operation, okay, if it is equal to, let's say add. So I have to perform the addition operation. So here you can do like that. I can copy from my previous code. Mm. So here simply instead of writing self, I will take the number one and number two. We can do number one and number two. I can delete this bracket, it's not required. Then instead of printing, what I can do, I can simply okay, later on also I can return. As of now, let's try to delete. Okay, it's not required. Now again, I'll copy the same code and here let's modify. Here I can give elif condition. So simply uh, I'll check whether it is subtraction or not. Subtract. Okay, so if it is done, then I will do it for the multiplication. Then I will do it for my uh, division. Hmm. And once it is done, I'll simply return. Here I can return. Okay, return my result. So render template. I have to render my result dot html, and what I'll do, I'll just try to return the result. So result is equal to result. Mm, okay, so why result? Because if you see the result.html, so here you can see you are taking the result. Okay, so this result will come here and it will show on the web page. Now I think it is fine, it should work. Let me test. So save and I'll go to the browser, simply refresh. Let's say I want to do addition. Let's give two number, let's say 2 and 3. If I do the calculate, now you can see calculation result is the sum of 2 and 3 is 5. That means it is working fine, guys. Okay, there is no error. Now we can also test with another number. Let's say I'll give subtraction, I'll give 10 or let's say 13, uh, subtract 3. So here if I calculate, okay, here it is giving cannot access local variable result where it is associated with a value. Okay, let me test. Okay, instead of elif I can give if. I think it will work. Now let's test. I'll do subtract 13 comma 3. Okay, so here it is giving me error. Just let me check. Hmm. Okay, I think it is fine. Hmm. Cannot access local variable result where it is not associated with value. Okay, I think it should be subtract. Okay, subtract. So spelling was not correct. So now let me test. So now if I calculate, now see, it is working fine. Now let's do it for the other number. This is the multiplication, and when you can also do the division. So let's do it. See, that means everything is working fine. Okay, this application is working fine. Now we'll be learning how we can containerize this application. Let's say this is our machine learning application, or let's say deep learning application. Now how we can containerize this application, how we can create a Docker image, that is what we have to learn. Okay, for this in the next class we'll be writing a file. So the file name is Docker file. So let me just create it, Docker file. Okay, so this is the file we have to write, guys. Okay, with the help of this Docker file we'll be creating the image of our application. And make sure you have the Docker install, guys, Docker desktop in your system, all of you. So I think last class I was discussing like how to create this how to install the Docker desktop. For this you have to use the WSL, and after that you can use this particular Docker desktop. So let me open it up. Why it's not opening? Just a minute. So here is the Docker, guys. Okay, so this Docker desktop should be running for you. If you want to test, you can execute this command. So let me stop. So Docker hyphen version. So this will give you the version. Even you can also run the Docker ps command to check whether any container is running or not. Okay, yeah. So next session we'll be learning how we can create our custom image and how we can execute it. Even I will also show you like how we can use it for the CI/CD deployment. Okay, each and everything we'll try to discuss, no issue. And again, guys, there is a news I want to show you. So we have started a MLOps live batch in our platform Euron. If you go to the live courses, so here you can see MLOps has started. Okay, so it has started 7 December 2024. Class timing is 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. IST, and here all the topic will be covering. Okay, what are the topics are required for the MLOps. Even I will also implement some end-to-end project. Okay, whether it's a ML project, DL project. Okay, we'll try to implement. So basic requirement is need like you should have familiar with Python and basics of ML and DL concept. That's it. So you can check it out, this course. Already we have started the class and we got like some amazing feedback from the student side. So you can check it out. So any question, guys? Anyone, any question? You can let me know. Any question, like if you have any general query, technical query, you can ask me. Sir, can you do video about working on Azure? Maybe in future we can do. As of now, I don't have any Azure account because I was having some issue with the Azure account creation. So personally, I don't like Azure because I mean, when it comes to the let's say account creation and different service creation, so it gives like different issue. Like lots of verifications are required. Harish. Okay, so I think no more query. So what I can do, I can end the session, and please try to attend the next session because there we'll try to see the Dockerization. So will there be any live session on ML? Yes, we are also planning for the machine learning, and one course has started. You can see live courses, full stack data science. Okay, so here your machine learning class is also going to start. You can see the machine learning, I think here. See machine learning. Okay, Even in our channel also, I have a plan, so maybe we'll start. Yeah. Okay, so thanks everyone for joining the session, and please try to support the channel, try to subscribe, and try to share and like. Thank you guys. Bye.